Hello and welcome to IT Security Labs. And today we're going to do another HackTheBox OSP like machine. This is a machine called SecNotes, and SecNotes is a machine on HackTheBox, which is a platform where if you want to learn offensive security in a safe and secure environment, that's where you can go. So this machine can help you prepare for the OSCP exam, and the skills that we're going to learn here are going to be essential for preparing for the OSCP and also for the real life. This is a Windows machine and the IP address is 10.10.10.97. So we're going to go through the whole process of gathering information and also making sure that we can see everything. So the first thing that I do is in here in my home directory, I have a folder called machines. So I go to my machines. Then in here, I created a folder called SecNotes. This way I can stay organized. So once I'm in here, the first thing that I want to do is I need to ping 10.10.10.97. This ensures that my VPN to the HackTheBox platform is working. And as you can see, I got ping responses. Then the next thing that I need to do is make sure that I can run my nmap scan to gather more information about my target, because so far all I know is that it's a Windows machine and it's a 10.10.10.97. So nmap and minus saved using default scripts. I'm just going to use the default nmap scripts and also the version option. I want to find out more information about the versions, and I want to output everything to a file called nmap. And in this case, I'm going to call it nmap1, and then my target 10.10.10.97. So this is a simple nmap, which is a network mapper, and it's going to tell us more information about our target. So if we hit enter here, you can see that it's working and it's working on it. So what I can do is to save you time so you can see what these results look like. All right, so I have my results saved in there. If I do an ls, as you can see, I have my nmap1, but I also had some from my earlier scan, so scan.nmap. So if I do a cat scan.nmap, you are going to see that these are the same results from the same command that we ran. And as you can see here, this is the command. And looking at these results, we have port 80 open, we have port 8808 open, 445, and looks like we also have SMB open. So the very first thing that I do is I now have my nmap running, and still need to find more information about this target. Before I start throwing dirtbust on port 80, I like to go and see what's on port 80 first of all. So we just go to our browser here, and if you go to 10.10.10.97 without putting a port, it will take us to port 80. So as you can see, I have a username, password, but that doesn't help me. I don't have a username, I don't have a password. What do? You say sign up, so I sign up as my test one. Can I do that? Test one. Let's see if anyone can just sign in. Test one. We're just trying to see if this will even work. Password must be at least 6 characters. So it's test 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So it looks like it created our user. So test 1 and test 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're able to sign in. First thing that we note right away when we get here is that Tyler is a point of contact. So we potentially have a user here. And this looks like the DNS name, secnotes.hdb. So we will note that we have a user, Tyler, and secnotes.hdb. It's a good practice. What I can do is I can just come in here and say, no problem, vi/etc. So I want to add that domain name to my etsy host. because sometimes you might have things that only resolve to the DNS name. So okay, that's always good practice to do. So let's go to that domain name just in case that redirects us to something else. All right, so it still looks like the same page. That's good. So we note that we have a user here. New note, let's put a new note here. And every time you see a login page like this, put your note, and if it displays the note back to you, that's a quick giveaway that there's a SQL vulnerability there, because when you enter something on a web page, it should go away, it should not display it back. Test note and save. And sure enough, this right here is a quick giveaway. If you ever see something like this where you enter a note and it's given back to you, or you fill out a form and the results of what you did are given back to you, that's a quick vulnerability. So we're not going to even waste time with the change password and everything. We're just going to sign out and try this. This is how we test our SQL. This is a simple test for SQL vulnerability. So let's copy that and put in the password and paste and log in. Don't save. Look at that. We just tested a SQL vulnerability, and sure enough, it gave us everything that was entered on this site. So this is a SQL injection, simple, very, very simple, but I'm hoping you can follow. So we can now start reading everything that was entered as part of the form or other information that we shouldn't be seeing. So nothing interesting there, but hey, this is interesting. So with credentials, we have the user that we knew we got from the top here, Tyler, and sure enough, it's a user. And this looks like a password. So that's just a quick giveaway. So we know we can get into this machine, and we have a username, we have a password. That is great. So we can try to go back and sign in to the form as Tyler and this password, which we should. So copy that, sign out. Just in case we see something interesting. And this password that we copied. Okay, so it's still the same stuff. New site. So nothing really fancy here. Once in a while we view the page source. But so far it looks like that was a low-hanging fruit, and there's nothing on the page source here. So what we are going to do is, let's go back here to our results again from our nmap. So we had port 80, that's what we were doing. With port 445, which we can enumerate in a little bit here. But let's look at port 8808. Because it's an HTTP server again. So it's 10.10.10.97 on 8808. As you can see here, it's a default IIS page. We shouldn't have a default IIS page no matter what. If you're deploying IIS, hide this page as a security professional, but of course they left it for us. If you view the page source, nothing interesting here. It's the same default page. But I always view page source because, you know, you never know with this HackTheBox. But it's there and we know it's working. So let's go back to our results again. So now let's go and check our SMB. As you can see, we have 445 and it says SMB here. And since we have credentials, let's just sign in. SMB client. Let's see the usage here. All right, so now that we see the usage here, we just need to do this. SMB client, and we already put our machine name, SecNotes.hdb, but keep in mind, we're signing in as Tyler, and here's this location here. So it's dash new site. That's his full path. And we need to specify our user -u capital, and this one is going to be Tyler, and Tyler's password, as we saw, is this right here. So So let's copy that. Usually with SMB client, you're looking for anonymous login, but this time we got lucky. And as you can see, we are in. So once we're in here, we can just do a dir. Look at that. We have ISS and ISS start. So what this is showing me is that this is the same as this page right here. And this is where the files are. So that's the usage for the 8808 right there. So what can we do? Okay, so if you go back here, you see that I have my itsec.php. This is my PHP reverse shell. And you can see that I can say cat itsec.php. And what this is going to do is, it's a reverse shell that I reuse over and over again, but I can explain to you what it does. It's a PHP reverse shell that I'm going to try to upload to my victim machine since I have access to the SMB shell. And it's literally going to execute a command, Windows command prompt, from a netpub, new site, because that's the default IIS location. And we know that our user has access in the new site. Then we need to execute netcat, which means we need to upload netcat to our victim, which I'll show you how to do. Then after that, I'm pointing to my Kali machine, and when we do that, we're going to execute the command prompt on port 1234. So that's my PHP script, and I can show you where to find it online, but if you're going to do a one-liner, do this one. Another option is to run MSL Venom and generate a PHP that way, but this one-liner does me wonders. I have it as part of my tools, and I just adjust it to meet my needs, and in this case that's what I did. So I need to get this itsec.php there, and since, as you can see, it also relied on cmd.exe, I need to it relies on netcat.exe. I need to get my netcat there, and the easiest way to do that is to locate .exe, because that's the Windows version. You're going to see that yours is going to be located in the binary. You want to copy that and put it in the same directory as your PHP script. That way, when we sign in with SMB client, we can just upload them easily without having issues in there as well. And to upload them, I'm going to show you how to quickly do that here. So let's go back to our shell that we got. So can I do an upload? netcat.exe was command not found. In this case, we just use the put. It's not upload, it's put netcat.exe. Bam, you put it in there, and put itsec.php. That's our reverse shell. I need to type put, not pit. Bam. So if I do my dir now, it's in there. They're both in there. So what I need to do now that I have my PHP script that I showed you earlier is I need to start a listener, NLVNP, L meaning a listen for verb, and B verbose for listen for numeric IP, and port is 1234. Now I'm listening. All I need to do is go back to this IS and go to my itsec file. So let's see, what is the name of that? itsec.php. PHP, and watch. The moment I execute that, and if my listener is still there, I should have shell. Where is my listener? And there we go. We got shell. And that's how you're able to execute remote shell once you get SMB and you have IIS working. So if I do an ID, who am I? We're in Windows now, so we are Tyler. So first thing that we need to do is let's go and make sure that we can actually read the user flag. So if you can say cd back here, cd, let's do a C users Tyler / desktop, and if you do it there, We have user.txt, so we can say type user.txt, and bam, we have our user.txt here. And that's how you are able to get the first user. Now we just need to escalate our privileges. So let's do that right now. Enumeration is going to be key here. So we can always say dir. Let's see if we, all right. So we say dir here. Let's look at all these things, because the best thing that we can do is enumerate everything. Bash.inc. So let's say type is bash. It's type bash.lnk. All right, interesting. First of all, the first thing that we need to think of is this is a Windows system, and all of a sudden we have a bash in there. That makes me wonder what is really going on here. So I don't know what this file does. So what I'll do is I'll copy that. Let's go to Google. What does it do? Okay, so we can dump information from those. So that's interesting. All right, let's go back here. This is very interesting. Why do we have bash here? Let's go to the C directory and see if we can see other things. All right, so if we say dir on the C directory, do we have anything funny here? Oh, look at this, distros. This is beginning to look like we have, oh yeah, we do have Linux, ubuntu.zip. So that. All these things are very, very interesting. So let's go to cd distros. Can I see things in here? This is just enumeration. So we are running Ubuntu here in our Windows machine, and we have a bash that's working somewhere over there. So let's see. Let me just do a simple Google search. Windows with bash. Do I have anything in there? All right, here is an interesting guide. Windows privilege escalation tools, PowerShell. So let me Command F. I need to find bash. Do we have anything for bash here? Okay. Windows subsystem for Linux. This looks like what we have here. So with root subsystem, we can read all this stuff here, but pretty much what it's telling me is that if I can find a bash.exe, I might be able to run my privilege escalation here. Okay, so from reading this here, if I can find a bash.exe, let's see. I was already in distros and I did a dir. So let me go to Ubuntu. Now let's do dir ubuntu.exe, which is a very interesting one. So let's search for bash.exe in our Windows here and see. So let's say dir, let's search. This is the syntax. Bash.exe. Let's see where it's located. No file was found there. Let's go back here. See. Let's search from here maybe. This way we can search the whole system. So this may take a minute, but yep, now look, we found it. So searching inside here was just searching from within there. But now that we have it, this is the full path to our bash.exe. Let's copy that. Then let's go back to Tyler's desktop. Then desktop. Then let's run that from there. Let's see what happens. Okay, did we get a shell here? I did. Yes, we did. So what we just need to do is get our Python fix reverse fix shell. That's the easiest one. Let's upgrade our shell to a fully interactive one with Python. So let's use this one. So since this is a bash shell, we should be able to just upgrade it very quickly. Yes, now we can clear that ID. We are root in a Ubuntu system. Let's do that. What's in the mount here? Okay, I see C. Can I go there? LS. All right, now this is beginning to look interesting. So can I go to my users? LS. CD my administrator. What do you mean? No such file or directory. What do you mean there's no such file? I see it right here. What about Wayne? Okay, we can go to Wayne. Okay. Permission denied for administrator. There. We cannot open administrator. All right, we need to find a way to get out of here and be able to mount our stuff. So what about cat-bash history? I cannot type today. This is how you know you're tired. Let's scroll up to bash history and see what really happened. Look at all this history. And interesting enough, somebody was signing into SMB client with the user administrator. And look, here's the password. All in plain text in bash history. So it's a done deal by now. So armed with this, I mean, we can just go and sign in as administrator and get the flag. All right, so since we found those credentials, we need to just copy that command, SMB client, you administrator, and we sign in. If we do it there, we see that we have a lot of things going on here, a lot of people. So we are in here. So what we can do is, let's just go to cd users. Okay, is it in here? No. So let's go to administrator's desktop. So now I can do there. Yeah, cat type root.txt. wait a second, cat root.txt. Come on, I should be able to say cat root.txt here. Let's get root.txt. All right, now that that happened, cd ls, and we have root.txt here. So we copy the root flag to our machine, and voila, we are done. Save it. We have owned the machine. So we have owned SecNotes here. So we are good to go. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video next time. Thanks.